Good morning, everybody, and this is your DAX day trade setups for today. So, public holiday yesterday in the US, and we did move on the DAX, but we're still nowhere near structure. So, I am looking, and I think we must just get this right. Just get it exactly on this tail and lock it in. So, I'm looking for. Put this other one in. Right, so I'm looking for this zone to be tested. That's kind of what we're aiming for. A little bit of a different setup to the S&P. So there is this diagonal here, kind of, we're just hovering on it at the moment. So this may play out, although I'm not too overly excited about that. I suspect there is a deeper trend line, but I don't see it. But you probably, let's just double check on the weekly. Yeah, there's this one here. So there's that one there. But that's quite far away from price. That's going to mean we're going to test this area down here. If you look at this on the weekly, that's kind of the area. Looking at the weekly, this is a very scary pattern. So big inside bar, another inside bar. But we need to drop below this area here at 15,700 for that to even start materializing. So it is up until it is not right now. So where are we? 8 hours. So looking at the 8 hour, that is still the zone that we'd be looking at. Pay attention to this trend line. It does look like it may come into play today. And we'll get clarity lower down. So here we are on the 3 hour where we have diversions brewing, and it's a massive divergence. You can see there's a swing low. There's a previous swing low. Now we've swung low again with the oscillators grouping to the downside. So there is structure here. I don't have that level in, but let's get it in. So there is definitely structure here. You can see there it is there. We have tested it in the past. We tested it yesterday, and we're busy flirting with it again. The only concern I've got is that we have broken this trend line. And if you look at the moving averages here, the faster moving averages coming together. So we are between all the moving averages. So typically that indicates range. If you look to the left, there's definitely a level here to pay attention to. That 16,193. If that gives way, then you've got a lot more structure lower down, and you've got a gap or a couple of gaps lower down. So getting down to the hour, you're going to see we are extremely oversold right now. We are hovering on the 155 EMA, and we have a diagonal trend line here, and we have horizontal support as well. So okay, so let's just run through the logic first before I tell you what I'm thinking. Firstly, this has been tested, so it didn't test there. It tested there quite successfully. It tested there yesterday. So we do have another setup here. So for me, if this is going to be bottom of range, and the range here's a bottom, the top is up here, then I would expect us to clear 16,226. So let's just get down to 15 minutes, and then you will see what I'm talking about. So that is the current range. So that happened when we went into the close. Remember, the US was closed yesterday, so we sort of one-way traffic to the downside. And there's a hanging man. We've been seeing a couple of those for quite some time. Hanging man with confirmation, which was an engulfing. And we moved down. So there was actually a decent entry yesterday. That was right at the open. Okay, so right at the open you had a move below the moving averages, separation of the oscillators. Look at that, perfect setup to the downside. Onto structure to take your profit right there. So anyway, if we break this, and this level is 16,193, we break and retest it, stops the upside. You're looking for a short, and you are looking to target 16,121. I somehow don't think that is going to happen. I think the structure to the left here is strong enough but I wouldn't want to be jumping in down here just in case, because it could be a quick squirt down and then a move up. So I suspect what you want to be doing is watch 16,226. Break and retest of that gets you going long, and you're looking for your first target at 16,300. Just bear in mind that all these tails here could offer some form of support as well. We do have a little bit of diversions. Sorry, I lie. Price is not lower there, so that's not diversions. And I don't think there is any on the hour. No diversions on the hour. So yeah, so that to me is, it's either going to be forming a big range, and this is a very good area to be looking for longs, but obviously because we just dropped below the trend line, I'm a little bit wary of that. I'd want to see us get back above the trend line, and then I would want to see us come back and test it, which would test the break. That would verify the move to the upside. A move to the downside, strong move down, short range, and then you're going to be moving down here. So that's kind of the view that I've got. Just get your two levels here, call it a range, break and retest, you're moving. But for the short, make sure it's a break and retest for moving down. Otherwise, it's a break the upside, retest, and moving up. And that's the one I favor, purely because our trend is not down yet. And if you look at this divergence on the 3 hour, this is very, very telling at the moment. So be patient, wait for the break before you take it. Anyway, hope it helps. If it does, give us a thumbs up, and we will catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.